So rebar is the hidden skeleton underneath the concrete. If you don't see it before the formwork goes up and you're looking at it after the concrete goes up, it's a problem. Essentially, it's different thicknesses of bars that create this pattern structure just inside the cover of the concrete or the surface of the concrete. It gives concrete tensile and shear strength. So concrete's really strong in compression, but once you start shifting it in shear or you're pulling it apart, concrete breaks. And so what rebar does is it counteracts the natural weakness of concrete and gives it strength in different directions. So essentially, it is the modern foundation for construction, even though it is a couple hundred years old almost.
And what is doing as a part of the workflow in construction? What is their contribution?
ANH is one of the very first contractors that gets on site. We often help with the piling contractors, so they're putting the foundations. We then are engaged to draft, supply, and install the rebar on site. That's right from the footings, the foundation, the walls, and as we work up the floors, depending on your building style. So we hire a plethora of people, including iron workers from the field. We have project managers that run the office. We have detailers. We have an estimating department and a production department, as well as shop vendormen and crane operators.
So let's get into some of those roles then. So, I mean, crane operators, what kind of background do they have to be able to work with a company like A&H?
A lot of our crane operators are overhead crane operators. They're just moving material in and around the shop. It's a 2 day, 3 day course, if I remember correctly. And they basically buy their time in the shop and get elevated to that type of position.
And what about the guys that actually bend it and work with the rebar?
So a lot of them are just laborers originally, or guys that have never come from any kind of background specifically. They come out, they work hard. There's two types of bending. You have a shear which cuts it, so it's a less automated process than the coils that we have. So we have a machine that takes the rebar and bends it automatically as well. So it runs a CNC program. And we also have the old-fashioned table benders for those weird shapes that don't want to go through the machine. We actually have guys that will bend it manually.